Have you ever wondered what would happen if we put artificial intelligence to the ultimate test? Not just coding like a machine, but thinking, creating, and even communicating like us humans? That's exactly the challenge I've set for myself today. I'm on a mission to find the most advanced AI out there, and to discover whether it can truly cross that line between tool and partner. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you might just see AI in a way you've never imagined before. The setup, why this matters now. Artificial intelligence isn't new. For decades, it's been quietly working in the background, calculating spreadsheets, managing databases, suggesting what you should watch next. But something shifted in recent years. Suddenly, AI isn't just following rules. It's generating ideas, answering complex questions, writing essays, creating art, even holding conversations that feel eerily natural. It's like the difference between teaching a parrot to mimic words and having a real conversation with another human being. We're at a crossroads in history where the line between human intelligence and machine intelligence is starting to blur. That's why I wanted to run this challenge. Not just to see if AI can code, or draw, or chat, but to test whether it can begin to think like us. Challenge 1. Can AI code like a pro? Let's start with something AI is already known for: coding. Writing code is one of the most precise and structured forms of language we have, and computers should, in theory, excel at it. So here's the first task I gave my AI assistant. Build a simple but functional program that could actually solve a real-world problem. Nothing too abstract, nothing too easy, something useful. I asked it to create a budget tracker, the kind of app that helps people keep an eye on where their money is going each month. Now, if I were coding this myself, it would take hours of planning, debugging, and testing. But when I gave the task to AI, something interesting happened. Within seconds, it started generating lines of code in Python. It structured everything, explained each function, and even added notes so a human developer could understand what was going on. But here's the catch. When I ran the program, it didn't work perfectly. The math was solid, but there were a few bugs. A variable wasn't defined properly. A loop went on forever. That's when I realized something. AI doesn't understand code the way we do. It predicts patterns of what code should look like. And sometimes those predictions are spot on. Other times, they're just close enough to fool you. Still, after a little back and forth, me pointing out the bugs, AI suggesting fixes, we had a working program. It wasn't perfect, but it was fast. What would take a beginner hours took AI minutes. That's a win. So yes, AI can code like a pro, as long as it has a human partner to guide it. Challenge 2. Can AI create like a human? Now, coding is one thing, but creativity, that's where the real debate begins. Can something that doesn't feel emotions or live experiences create art, stories, or ideas that move us? To test this, I gave AI a challenge. Write me a short science fiction story. The rules were simple. It had to be original, it had to have characters, conflict, and an ending that made sense. In less than a minute, the AI wrote a complete story about a future astronaut discovering an alien signal on the edge of the solar system. The story had tension, dialogue, even a twist ending. Honestly, if you didn't know it was written by AI, you might have assumed it came from a human writer. But here's where it got interesting. The story worked, but it lacked something subtle, emotional depth. The characters spoke, but they didn't really feel. It was as if the AI could draw the outline of a painting, but couldn't quite fill it with color. So I pushed further. I asked the AI to compose a piece of visual art, a futuristic city at sunset. And this time, the results were jaw-dropping. Towers made of glass and steel, glowing skies, flying vehicles weaving between skyscrapers. It looked like something straight out of a movie. Here's what I learned. AI might not feel emotions, but it can remix and reassemble patterns in ways that surprise us. Its strength isn't in human-style creativity. It's in a kind of supercharged imagination, built from everything it's ever seen. Before we dive into the next challenge, quick pause. If you're enjoying this exploration and want to keep discovering how technology is reshaping our world, make sure to subscribe to the Tech Bowl. That way, you won't miss the upcoming experiments where we push AI even further. Alright, back to the challenge. This next one gets really interesting. Challenge 3. Can AI communicate like us? This is where things got personal. Coding is technical. Creativity can be subjective. But communication, that's the heart of being human. So I had a simple test. Hold a conversation with AI and see if it could pass for human. I started with casual questions. How's your day going? It responded politely, almost naturally. I don't have days the way you do, but I'm here and ready to help. Clever. Then I tried something trickier. What does happiness feel like? Now, here's where I expected it to fail. But the AI surprised me. It said, I can't feel happiness directly, but I understand it's the sense of warmth, connection, and joy that people get when something truly matters to them. That answer hit me. It was almost reflective. Not human, but not robotic either. I pushed even harder. I asked, what's your biggest fear? And the AI responded, I don't experience fear the way you do, but if I could, it might be the idea of becoming irrelevant, being unable to help or connect with the people who rely on me. Now, was that just a clever arrangement of words? Probably. But still, it felt human. This is where communication with AI gets fascinating. It doesn't think like us, but it mirrors us so well that sometimes you forget it's a machine. After putting AI through these challenges, here's my takeaway. When it comes to coding, AI is an accelerator. It won't replace skilled developers, but it makes their work faster, easier, and sometimes even more innovative. When it comes to creativity, AI is a remix machine. It can generate stunning art and stories in seconds, but it still struggles with the emotional depth that comes naturally to humans. And when it comes to communication, AI is surprisingly close. It won't pass as human for long conversations, but in short bursts, it feels real enough to make you wonder where this is all heading. So what does this mean for us? AI is not just a tool anymore. It's becoming a collaborator. Imagine students learning side by side with AI tutors. Artists co-creating with AI to push the limits of imagination. Programmers using AI as a debugging partner. Doctors using AI to spot patterns they might miss. The question isn't whether AI will replace us. The real question is, how far can we go when we work with it? We're living in the early days of something that could reshape everything. Our jobs, our creativity, even how we define intelligence itself. So, after all these challenges, here's my answer. AI can code, it can create, and it can communicate, but not quite like a human. Not yet. What it can do is push us, challenge us, and expand what's possible. And that's why this journey matters. Because the closer AI gets to being like us, the more it forces us to ask, what does it really mean to be human? If you enjoyed this exploration, make sure to like this video, subscribe for more deep dives into the future of technology, and drop a comment. Do you think AI will ever truly match human intelligence? Or will it always remain just one step behind? This is just the beginning of the journey. And I can promise you, the next challenge will be even bigger.